Hi everyone! Welcome to this video about Kotlin in education. I'm really excited to share with you some quick facts and stats about why universities from all over the world include Kotlin in their courses and why you should consider doing so as well. I've talked to several dozen professors who teach Kotlin to find out why they have chosen the language. A majority of them identified Kotlin's concise and expressive syntax as their favorite feature, as it allows them to use less code to get more done. Now let's take a closer look at the key reasons why professors choose Kotlin. First, it's academically recognized. Over 100 top-ranking universities include Kotlin in their courses. 22 of the top 100 universities from the Times Higher Education rankings use Kotlin. The maturity of the language is backed by the fact that since 2019, Android app development has been Kotlin first. 58% of the Kotlin courses we know about are the Android app development courses that use Kotlin as a primary language. Now let's hear from the professors.
Hey everyone, my name is Rahul, and I teach the Android app development class at Stanford University, and I also teach pretty extensively on YouTube. I use Kotlin for everything I teach. I think it makes app development much faster and much easier. And given that it's 100% interoperable with Java and all the Java libraries that have been developed, I think it's a no-brainer that Kotlin is the path forward for Android.
My name is Kat Kwan, and I'm a developer advocate at Google. We create training courses to teach people how to build Android apps in Kotlin. I like teaching Kotlin because it's so concise, it helps reduce common programming mistakes, and it just makes our job as developers easier.
We have switched to Kotlin a few years ago at the App Factory from Java. The amount of code is less using Kotlin compared to Java. The UI that you can build with Kotlin is really crisp.
So now is the best time to revamp your Android app development course with Kotlin. Our handy Java to Kotlin converter makes it easy to migrate existing course materials.
Students don't need to master new syntax to learn different styles of programming. They can learn imperative, object-oriented, and functional programming all with the same language. And last but not least, they can learn asynchronous programming and master concurrency with Kotlin. Multi-threaded, multi-processor environments are not our future, they are our present, and it's really important to include this topic in the curriculum. Reactive programming, features and promises, async await, and of course coroutines, students can learn all these commonly established approaches and concepts using only one language.
In addition to its suitability for mobile app programming, Kotlin is very versatile. It's used to teach web and server-side development, algorithms and data structures, science, research, competitive programming, and more.
In algorithmic problems, like in competitive programming that I'm related to, sometimes you can just formulate what you are doing in natural language, like in English or in Russian, and then almost literally translate it word by word into Kotlin primitives to receive a one-line chain of Kotlin standard library methods that is doing just exactly what you want it to do, and it's easy to read and to understand and easy to maintain later, so it's just as comfortable as it can be.
Here at UFMG, we use Kotlin for a number of things. In particular, I use it for teaching. I like to teach object-oriented programming. We also use Kotlin for research projects. For instance, we are using it right now to design a domain-specific language called Z.
I am teaching Kotlin at Moscow Institute for Physics and Technology, and I'm also developing a lot of scientific application in Kotlin, in different flavors of Kotlin, including Kotlin JVM and Kotlin frontend and JavaScript.
Kotlin is used by many businesses and organizations of all sizes. More than 5.8 million people have edited Kotlin code in the past 12 months. 70% of the top 1,000 apps in the Play Store use Kotlin. Kotlin is the fourth fastest growing programming language in the world. It's the fourth most loved programming language, and the number of job postings for Kotlin is rapidly increasing. I conducted a survey of Kotlin instructors and found out that feedback from the majority of their students is either positive or really, really positive. Students are happy about producing useful software quickly and about programming in a language they'll use later in their career.
I like teaching Kotlin because students get just as excited about it as I do. Most of my students have a background in Java, knowledge which they can make use of when learning Kotlin. They quickly pick up on how safe, concise, well-supported, and enjoyable to use the language is.
What my students like most are different very fun operators. For example, Elvis operator, which are just a syntactic sugar, but very convenient and fun.
The experience has been very positive. The students give great feedback after using Kotlin.
Students find Kotlin to be a well-balanced and wisely designed language and adopt it as their main one, also using it for solving educational problems and scientific research.
I really like to teach Kotlin because I think it's really fun to work with it, and I think it's also really great to share that fun with the students, especially when I get to see their faces and they go like, "Oh, what? You can do that?"
Regardless of whether your students are learning their first programming language or are already familiar with Java or Python, they'll feel at home in Kotlin.
Kotlin is a great choice for learning programming from scratch. In Java, the first Hello World program throws so many non-trivial concepts at you. Main is a static function that takes an array of program arguments. It uses the long confusing system-out-println call, and it should be defined in a class. There is a whole bunch of overwhelming things for a total newcomer. In Kotlin, it's one function without arguments that only uses println. It's the first impression that students are going to have of programming and could define whether it becomes a positive experience after all. With Kotlin, learners can straight away focus on the things that matter.
For me, the most important thing is that Kotlin's design is opinionated and yet open-minded. Opinionated because it does have some constructs that simplify certain kinds of solutions. But still, it is open-minded because it doesn't force you to those constructs. And that is very important for us at an entry-level programming language. And that's why we chose it.
As we go through the different language features and the design decisions behind them, I also get to explain a lot of general ideas and best practices about programming.
I also think that Kotlin is a good first language to learn because it's a modern language and it allows you to actually build applications in different fields without learning different languages.
It's also easy to get started. We point students to the Kotlin playground so they can start coding in Kotlin and trying it out right away without even needing to install an IDE. And I think this helps give them a quick win up front.
Seamless interoperability with the JVM ecosystem means that Kotlin can rely on a wealth of tried and true libraries and frameworks. Kotlin programs can call Java code without requiring any extra work, and vice versa. By leveraging Kotlin's multi-platform projects, students can create applications that target both iOS and Android mobile platforms, as well as web, desktop, server, all with the same language.
This year we also covered Kotlin multi-platform, which significantly broadens its application area, making it a developer's Swiss knife.
Kotlin promotes writing correct programs with static type checking and automatic memory management.
Kotlin helps reduce common programming errors, so errors get caught at compile time as opposed to later during runtime. This is beneficial for beginners because it can help guide them into writing safer code up front.
At the same time, language provides you good combination of null safety and strong typing. These two features will protect newbies from the most typical mistakes.
Kotlin's syntactic simplicity makes it beginner-friendly, while at the same time it offers sophisticated features that ambitious students won't grow out of.
When we start getting into more complex programming concepts, we're able to convey our point using less lines of code because Kotlin is so concise. And I think this helps students understand better because there's less boilerplate code.
Kotlin has a very concise code style. This makes it good for discussing algorithms and programming ideas with my students.
Conceptually, it's much easier to communicate something in Kotlin because you don't have as much verbosity or confusing syntax compared to Java.
Many of the leading tools in the industry come bundled with Kotlin. IntelliJ IDEA and Android Studio support Kotlin as a first-class citizen. IntelliJ IDEA Ultimate Edition is free for educators and students.
Kotlin tooling is another key point. Using IntelliJ and Educational Tools plugin, we managed to significantly enhance our effectiveness, covering more topics within our course, focusing on Kotlin.
We should show students that contemporary programming is not just writing the code in the text file, despite it being a good exercise, but rather a bundle, a programming language and the accompanying IDE functionality. And Kotlin is great for this purpose. Students can learn it and get used to seeing their IDE experience as an inseparable part of the whole programming experience. If you'd like some inspiration for creating your own courses, you can check out the Kotlin for Java Developers course on Coursera, as well as the course that accompanies the Atomic Kotlin book and covers the fundamentals of the language. You may also want to check out the EduTools plugin. You can create your own courses there and share them with your students.
Open source at heart, Kotlin is a free language that is supported by and evolves with the help of its diverse and dynamic community. We've created a dedicated Slack channel where you can share your experience, exchange your ideas, and help us make Kotlin for education better.
It's been really a great journey working with Kotlin.
I'm on board 100%. My students really enjoy it. I think Kotlin is a really great tool for education.
So, Kotlin team, great work. Thank you very much.
I'd like to sincerely thank all the professors, in particular for the input they've provided for this video, and for spreading the word out about Kotlin. And thank you all so much for your participation. Let's teach Kotlin.